Did Elizabeth Taylor's tumultuous personal life overshadow her incredible acting talent? How did Taylor's multiple marriages and relationships affect her legacy as a Hollywood icon? What impact did Taylor's activism and philanthropy, particularly in the fight against AIDS, have on her public image and cultural impact? Elizabeth Taylor, with her iconic violet eyes and larger-than-life personality, was born in London in 1932 to American parents who were no strangers to the art and theater world. Her father, Francis, was an art dealer, and her mother, Sarah, a former stage actress, which exposed her to the world of entertainment from an early age. Raised as a Christian Scientist, Elizabeth also took up ballet from a very young age, showcasing her innate talent and grace. In 1939, the Taylor family packed up and moved to Los Angeles, where her father opened an art gallery that quickly became a favorite among film industry personnel. It was in this bustling city of dreams that Elizabeth was discovered, making her screen debut in the 1942 film There's One Born Every Minute. Her on-screen presence and undeniable charisma quickly set her apart from her peers, setting the stage for her legendary career in Hollywood. This move to Los Angeles would shape the course of her life, as she became an indelible part of the city's cultural fabric. Her childhood in the City of Angels laid the groundwork for her future stardom, setting her on a path that would redefine what it meant to be a celebrity. From an early age, Elizabeth Taylor was destined for greatness, and her upbringing in Los Angeles played a pivotal role in shaping her into the iconic figure she would become. The influence of her time in Los Angeles can still be felt in her legacy today, as she continues to captivate audiences with her timeless beauty and talent. At the young age of 10, Elizabeth Taylor made her film debut in There's One Born Every Minute, kicking off her successful career in Hollywood. By 1943, Taylor had signed a contract with MGM, leading to several more film appearances in the following years. In a surprising turn of events, Howard Hughes, 44 at the time, attempted to bribe Taylor's mother with $1 million to marry her when she was just 16 or 17, a proposal that Taylor found rather amusing. Taylor tied the knot for the first time at the age of 18, marrying Conrad Nicky Hilton Jr., son of the famous hotel magnate, Conrad Hilton. Their short-lived marriage ended with Taylor citing Hilton's alcoholism, gambling, and abusive behavior as reasons for their divorce. On the set of A Place in the Sun, Taylor struck up a lifelong friendship with Montgomery Clift, with whom she shared a close bond until his tragic death in 1966. During the filming of Raintree County, Taylor's quick thinking and bravery saved Clift's life after a serious car accident. Taylor's second marriage, to British actor Michael Wilding, lasted for 5 years and produced 2 sons, Michael and Christopher. Despite their amicable separation, the couple officially divorced in 1957, as their age gap and diverging career paths took a toll on their relationship. From early career successes to tumultuous relationships, Taylor's life was filled with dramatic twists and turns that captivated the world. In 1957, the stunning Elizabeth Taylor married film producer Mike Todd in a picturesque Mexican ceremony, giving birth to their daughter Liza shortly after. Tragically, Todd passed away in a plane crash just a year later, leaving Taylor devastated by the loss of her beloved husband. In a poignant tribute to Todd, Taylor converted to Judaism, honoring his faith and memory. Taylor's love life took another dramatic turn when she married Eddie Fisher, her late husband's best friend and her own best friend's husband. Despite the scandal, Taylor and Fisher's marriage endured, with Taylor even winning her first Oscar for Butterfield 8, while working alongside her new husband. Taylor's rise to Hollywood royalty reached new heights with her iconic role as Cleopatra, in which she famously demanded a record-breaking $1 million for the role. Despite setbacks and recasting, including the addition of the dashing Richard Burton, the production of Cleopatra became a legendary chapter in Taylor's career. As Taylor's personal and professional life intertwined, her magnetic presence on and off-screen captured the hearts of audiences around the world. The tumultuous love affairs, tragic losses, and soaring triumphs of the 1950s and 1960s solidified Taylor's status as a timeless and iconic Hollywood legend. The next chapters of Taylor's life would continue to captivate and inspire, leaving a lasting legacy that would define her as one of the greatest stars of the silver screen. Taylor and Richard Burton's marriage was as scandalous and intense as their affair, earning them the nickname Battling Burtons for their frequent fights and extravagant lifestyle. The couple regularly broke furniture, screamed at each other, and even came to physical blows, making them a constant source of media speculation. Despite divorcing in 1974, they remarried and divorced again within a year, adding to the drama of their relationship. Taylor then met and married former Navy Secretary John Warner in 1976, taking a break from acting to focus on his Senate campaign. However, after a decade of health scares, heavy drinking, and emotional turmoil, Taylor grew bored with life as a senator's wife and divorced Warner in 1982. She then sought treatment for drug and alcohol dependency before meeting her seventh and final husband, Larry Fortensky, at a rehabilitation center. Fortensky, a construction worker, captured Taylor's heart, leading to her seventh and final marriage in 1988. However, the marriage ultimately ended in divorce in 1996, marking the end of Taylor's tumultuous and eventful love life. Taylor's relationships were a roller coaster of scandal, passion, and drama, making her one of the most iconic and controversial figures of her time. Despite the ups and downs, Taylor remained a resilient and captivating figure, leaving behind a legacy of love, pain, and perseverance. After surviving numerous health scares, including a stroke, brain surgery, radiation for skin cancer, and spinal surgery, Elizabeth Taylor passed away from congestive heart failure at the age of 79 in 2011. Her final resting place is at Forest Lawn Memorial Park just outside of LA, in a plot near that of her close friend, Michael Jackson. Taylor's remarkable philanthropic efforts included co-founding the American Foundation for AIDS Research in 1985 in response to the death of her friend Rock Hudson from AIDS. In recognition of her contributions to the film industry, she received the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award in 1993. She also received the French Legion of Honor in 1987 and was made a dame in 2000. Despite retiring from acting in the early 90s, Taylor maintained an unconventional friendship with Michael Jackson, publicly supporting him during his trial on charges of sexually abusing a child in 2005. In 1991, she married Larry Fortensky at Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch, but the marriage ended in divorce after 5 years. Taylor's close friendship with Michael Jackson began in 1984 when he gifted her tickets to his tour, following the death of her second husband, Richard Burton. Throughout her life, Taylor navigated the spotlight of fame, which ultimately led to the end of her marriage to Larry Fortensky due to the stresses of being in the public eye. Elizabeth Taylor's impact extended far beyond the silver screen, as she left behind a legacy of philanthropy, friendship, and resilience. In which year was Elizabeth Taylor born? (1932). Where was Elizabeth Taylor born? London. At what age did Elizabeth Taylor make her screen debut? 10. How many sons did Elizabeth Taylor have with Michael Wilding? 2. Which film did Elizabeth Taylor win her first Oscar for? 'Butterfield 8. Who did Elizabeth Taylor marry after Mike Todd's death? 'Eddie Fisher. Which husband did Elizabeth Taylor marry at Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch? 'Larry Fortensky. What year did Elizabeth Taylor co-found the American Foundation for AIDS Research? 1985. What medical condition did Elizabeth Taylor die from? 1985. Congestive heart failure. Where was Elizabeth Taylor buried? 1985. Forest Lawn Memorial Park.